Question 1. Which of the following statements best describes the role of an independent adjuster in the claims process? A. An independent adjuster is hired directly by the policyholder to represent their interests against the insurance company. B. An independent adjuster works for an insurance company and is responsible for managing claims solely for the insurer. C. An independent adjuster operates as a neutral party contracted by the insurance company to assess and adjust claims on behalf of the insurer while maintaining ethical standards. D. An independent adjuster is a government employee responsible for overseeing the insurance claims process and ensuring compliance with state regulations. Answer. C. Explanation. An independent adjuster functions as a neutral third party hired by insurance companies to handle claims. Their role is to investigate claims, evaluate damages, and negotiate settlements based on the policy provisions. This position requires adherence to ethical standards to maintain objectivity and integrity in the adjustment process. According to Michigan's insurance regulations, independent adjusters must be licensed and are expected to act fairly and impartially. Michigan Insurance Code Act 218 of 1956. Option is incorrect because it describes a public adjuster who represents the policyholder's interests, not the insurer's. Option B incorrectly suggests that independent adjusters work solely for one insurer, while they typically work for multiple insurers. Option D is incorrect as independent adjusters are not government employees if their work is private sector based. Question 2. A claims adjuster is reviewing a homeowner's insurance policy that includes a $1,000 deductible. The insured submits a claim for a fire loss that totals $15,000. What is the maximum amount the insurance company will pay for this claim? A. $15,000. B. $14,000. C. $1,000. D. $0. Answer. B. Explanation. In this scenario, the deductible of $1,000 is subtracted from the total loss amount of $15,000. Therefore, the calculation for the payout would be pay equals total loss. Deductible equals $15,000. 1/3 equals $14,000. Thus, the insurance company is liable to pay the insured a maximum of $14,000. This practice aligns with the basic principles of insurance, where deductibles are designed to share the risk between the insurer and the insured, encouraging policyholders to manage minor claims without involving their insurance provider. Option A is incorrect because it does not account for the deductible. Option C is incorrect as it represents the deductible amount, not the payout. Option D is incorrect as the claim is valid and there is a payout obligation less the deductible. Question 3, scenario-based. Mr. Thompson is an independent adjuster called to assess damage to a commercial property after severe windstorm. Upon inspection, he discovers significant roof damage and broken windows. He also finds that the property was undergoing renovations and some areas were not fully secured. What should Mr. Thompson consider when determining the validity of the claim? A. The insurance company will deny the claim since the property was under renovation, regardless of the storm's damage. B. The presence of unsecured areas during renovations is irrelevant as the damage was caused by the storm. C. He must evaluate whether the damages directly resulted from the storm or if they were exacerbated by the ongoing renovations, as well as reviewing the policy's coverage for such scenarios. D. Mr. Thompson should automatically assign a total loss due to the extensive damage observed and ignore the renovation status. Answer. C. Explanation. In this scenario, Mr. Thompson needs to assess the cause of the damage critically. It is essential to determine whether the windstorm directly caused the damage or if the ongoing renovations contributed to the extent of the damage. According to the Michigan Insurance Code, adjusters must consider all relevant factors that may impact the claim's validity, including any exclusions or limitations within the policy related to properties undergoing renovation. In this case, he should review the policy provisions concerning losses during renovations and any potential exclusions. If the damage was aggravated due to negligence in securing the property during renovations, it could affect the outcome of the claim. Thus, Mr. Thompson's thorough investigation and understanding of the policy details are crucial for accurate claim determination. Option is incorrect as it generalizes the claim denial based on renovations without considering specific policy terms. Option B overlooks the critical aspect of how renovations might interact with the cause of damage. Option D misguides by suggesting a blanket assessment of total loss without proper investigation. These questions aim to challenge students' understanding of advanced concepts related to the Michigan Adjuster License exam, promoting critical thinking and application of insurance principles and practices. Question 4. Which of the following best describes the concept of subrogation in the context of insurance claims? A. Subrogation allows an insured to receive a payout from their insurance policy while maintaining the right to pursue further compensation from the liable party. B. Subrogation is the process by which an insurance company waives the deductible amount for the insured to facilitate quicker claim payments. C. Subrogation refers to the insurance company's right to pursue a third party responsible for a loss after compensating the insured for that loss. D. Subrogation involves the insured transferring ownership of damaged property to the insurer in exchange for a claim payment. Answer C. Explanation. Subrogation is a fundamental principle in insurance that allows insurers to recover costs from third parties who are legally liable for the damages. After the insurer compensates the insured for a covered loss, they have the right to step into the shoes of the insured and pursue recovery from the at-fault party. This process is essential for maintaining the financial balance in the insurance system and is governed by the terms outlined in the insurance policy. According to Michigan law, subrogation rights are typically included in most insurance contracts, allowing insurers to seek restitution for claims paid. Option is incorrect as it misrepresents the insured's ability to pursue claims while the insurer has subrogation rights. Option B is incorrect because subrogation does not involve waiving the deductible but rather focuses on the recovery of funds. Option D is incorrect since subrogation does not transfer ownership of property, it allows the insurer to seek recovery against the liable party. Question 5. In Michigan, what is the maximum time frame allowed for an insurance company to acknowledge receipt of a claim after it has been submitted by the policyholder? A. 5 business days. B. 10 business days. C. 15 business days. D. 30 business days. Answer B. Explanation. Under the Michigan Insurance Code, specifically Section 500.1209, insurance companies are required to acknowledge receipt of a claim within 10 business days. This regulation is designed to ensure timely communication between insurers and policyholders, fostering transparency and trust in the claims process. Failure to comply with this requirement may result in regulatory action against the insurer, emphasizing the importance of timely acknowledgement in managing claims. Option is incorrect because it does not meet the regulatory requirement for acknowledgement. Option C is incorrect as it exceeds the stipulated time frame. Option D is incorrect since 30 business days is not the requirement set by Michigan law. Question 6. During an investigation of a potential fraud case, an adjuster finds discrepancies in the insured's statements regarding the loss. What is the adjuster's best course of action? A. Dismiss the claim immediately without further investigation since the insured's statements are inconsistent. B. Confront the insured with the discrepancies and request an explanation before making any decision. C. Continue the investigation, documenting all findings, and consult with the insurance company's fraud department before taking any further steps. D. Approve the claim under the assumption that the insured made an honest mistake in their statements. Answer C. Explanation. In cases where discrepancies arise during a claim investigation, it is crucial for the adjuster to continue gathering evidence and thoroughly document all findings. Consulting with the fraud department of the insurance company is vital as they can provide guidance on handling potential fraud. The adjuster must adhere to ethical standards and regulations set forth in the Michigan Insurance Code, which requires due diligence in investigating fraud to protect both the insurer and the insured. Rushing to conclusions without sufficient evidence can result in regulatory violations and could negatively impact the claims process. Option is incorrect as it advocates for prematurely dismissing the claim without a comprehensive investigation. Option B is insufficient on its own, while communicating with the insured is important. The adjuster must also consult relevant departments. Option D is misleading because it overlooks the potential implications of fraud, which necessitates further investigation. Question 7. A commercial property owner files a claim for water damage due to a burst pipe, but the insurer denies the claim, citing a specific exclusion in the policy. What is the best approach for the adjuster to take in evaluating the denial? A. Accept the insurer's denial without question since exclusions are explicitly stated in the policy. B. Review the entire policy for any potential errors in the exclusion clause and assess whether the exclusion applies to the specific circumstances of the loss. C. Automatically advise the policyholder to appeal the decision based on the insured's dissatisfaction with the claim outcome. D. Contact the property owner and inform them that the claim is denied without further explanation. Answer B. Explanation. The adjuster's responsibility includes thoroughly reviewing the policy to ensure that the exclusion cited by the insurer correctly applies to the circumstances surrounding the loss. The adjuster must analyze the language of the exclusion and evaluate the specifics of the incident. According to the Michigan Insurance Code, adjusters are required to conduct a fair and impartial evaluation of claims, which includes reassessing denials based on policy provisions. If the exclusion is vague or ambiguous, it may not be enforceable, and further communication with the policyholder may be necessary to explain the rationale behind the denial. Option A is incorrect because it advocates for blind acceptance of the denial without a detailed policy review. Option C is premature as it assumes an appeal is warranted without assessing the validity of the denial. Option D is inadequate. The adjuster must provide a thorough explanation of the denial to the policyholder. Question 8. Which of the following factors is NOT typically considered when determining the actual cash value (ACV) of a property? A. Replacement cost of the item at the time of the loss. B. Depreciation of the property over time. C. Current market value of similar properties. D. Original purchase price of the item. Answer D. Explanation. Actual cash value (SEV) is calculated as the replacement cost of the item at the time of loss minus depreciation. Depreciation reflects the wear and tear or decreasing value of the property over time, while current market value can also be considered to determine what similar properties might fetch if sold. The original purchase price, however, is not relevant in calculating ACV, as it does not account for current market conditions or the depreciation that has occurred since the time of purchase. This concept is important for adjusters to understand when valuing claims, as it directly impacts payout amounts. Option is incorrect because the replacement cost is a primary component of ACV calculations. Option B is incorrect as depreciation is integral to determining ACV. Option C is incorrect. The current market value can be a relevant consideration in ACV determinations. Question 9. Mr. Johnson, a public adjuster, is hired by a policyholder to help with a claim involving significant storm damage to a home. During the process, he discovers that the insurer has made an offer that is significantly lower than the estimated damages. What is Mr. Johnson's best course of action? A. Accept the insurer's offer to expedite the claims process for the client. B. Advise the client to file a complaint with the state insurance department regarding the insurer's low offer. C. Review the details of the offer, gather further evidence of the damages, and negotiate with the insurer for a fair settlement on behalf of the policyholder. D. Recommend that the client take legal action against the insurance company for bad faith practices. Answer C. Explanation. As a public adjuster, Mr. Johnson has a fiduciary duty to advocate for the best interests of his client. It is essential for him to carefully review the insurer's offer, gather comprehensive documentation of the damages, including repair estimates and photographs, and engage in negotiations with the insurer to achieve a fair settlement. This aligns with ethical practices as stipulated by the Michigan Insurance Code and emphasizes the adjuster's role in representing the policyholder's interests effectively. Option A is incorrect because it compromises the policyholder's potential compensation for damages. Option B is premature. While filing a complaint might be a consideration, the first step should be negotiation. Option D is not immediately appropriate unless there is clear evidence of bad faith after negotiations fail. Question 10. In assessing claims for personal property damage during a covered event, which of the following valuation methods is typically employed by adjusters to determine the claim payout? A. Replacement cost value (RCV). B. Market value. C. Book value. D. Estimated future value. Answer A. Explanation. When adjusting claims for personal property, the replacement cost value (RCV) method is commonly used. This method evaluates the cost to replace the damaged item with a new one of similar kind and quality without deducting for depreciation. This approach aligns with the goal of restoring the policyholder to their pre-loss condition as outlined in most homeowners insurance policies. The Michigan Insurance Code encourages fair practices, and using RCV supports the principle of indemnity and insurance. Option B is incorrect as market value reflects the price at which the property could be sold, not necessarily its replacement cost. Option C is incorrect if book value considers depreciation and does not reflect current replacement costs. Option D is incorrect because estimated future value is not a standard method used in property claims adjustment. Question 11. An adjuster receives a claim for a theft loss under a homeowner's policy. The policyholder claims that several valuable items were stolen, including jewelry and electronics. Which of the following actions should the adjuster take first? A. Immediately approve the claim based on the policyholder's statements. B. Request a police report to verify the theft and ensure it was reported. C. Assess the value of the stolen items before proceeding with the claim. D. Deny the claim due to the absence of a witness to the theft. Answer B. Explanation. The first action an adjuster should take in a theft claim is to request a police report. This report serves as crucial documentation that the theft was reported to law enforcement, which helps verify the legitimacy of the claim. The police report may contain details about the incident that can inform the investigation. This step aligns with best practices in claims handling, ensuring that the adjuster has accurate information before proceeding further. Option is incorrect because approval should not occur without verifying the facts of the claim. Option C is premature. While valuing the items is important, the validity of the claim must first be established. Option D is incorrect. The absence of a witness does not automatically warrant a denial of the claim. Question 12. In Michigan, which of the following is true regarding the duty of an insured to mitigate damages after loss occurs? A. The insured is not required to take any action to mitigate damages. B. The insured must take reasonable steps to protect the property from further damage. C. The insured can choose to ignore mitigation efforts if they believe the insurer will cover all losses. D. The duty to mitigate damages only applies to commercial policies, not personal lines. Answer B. Explanation. In Michigan, policyholders have a duty to mitigate damages, meaning they must take reasonable steps to protect their property from further loss after an initial damage incident. This duty is essential to the insurance contract, as failing to mitigate can lead to reduced claim payouts. Insurers expect insureds to act reasonably in preventing additional damage, as it impacts the overall loss assessment. Option is incorrect. The insured has a legal obligation to mitigate damages. Option C is misleading. Ignoring mitigation could result in low compensation due to negligence. Option D is incorrect. The duty to mitigate applies to both personal and commercial insurance policies. Question 13. When adjusting a claim for a dwelling fire loss, which of the following factors is least likely to influence the adjuster's assessment of the damages? A. The age of the building. B. The market demand for similar properties in the area. C. The homeowner's credit score. D. The extent of fire damage to the structure. Answer C. Explanation. The homeowner's credit score is generally not relevant to the assessment of damages in a fire loss claim. The adjuster focuses on factors such as the age of the building, market demand, and the extent of the damage when determining the loss amount. These elements help assess the replacement cost and potential loss of value. Credit scores may affect future insurability or premium rates, but are irrelevant to the claims process. Option is incorrect. The age of the building can impact the replacement cost and building code requirements. Option B is incorrect. The market demand influences the valuation of the property. Option D is incorrect. The extent of damage is a primary consideration in assessing the claim. Question 14. In Michigan, if an insurer suspects that a claim is fraudulent, what is the insurer required to do? A. Ignore the claim and pay the benefits. B. Immediately deny the claim without any further investigation. C. Conduct a thorough investigation and document findings before making a determination. D. Notify the insured of the suspicion and provide them with an opportunity to respond. Answer C. Explanation. When an insurer suspects fraud, they are obligated to conduct a thorough investigation to gather evidence before making a determination on the claim. This investigation may involve reviewing documents, interviewing the insured, and potentially involving law enforcement. Proper documentation of the investigation is essential to support any decisions made regarding the claim's validity. Option is incorrect because ignoring a suspected fraud claim is not compliant with regulatory standards. Option B is misleading. A denial cannot be issued without due diligence and investigation. Option D is not required. While communication with the insured is important, the initial step must be a thorough investigation. Question 15. An insurance adjuster is evaluating a claim for water damage resulting from a plumbing failure. The policy includes an endorsement for water backup coverage. How should the adjuster proceed with the claim evaluation? A. Deny the claim because plumbing issues are generally excluded. B. Assess the claim based solely on the standard water damage policy without considering the endorsement. C. Review the specific terms of the water backup endorsement to determine coverage applicability. D. Suggests that the insured should have taken better care of the plumbing to avoid the issue. Answer C. Explanation. The adjuster should review the specific terms of the water backup endorsement included in the policy. This endorsement may provide coverage for damages that would otherwise be excluded under a standard policy, allowing the insured to receive compensation for the plumbing failure. Understanding the coverage details is essential for accurately assessing the claim. Option A is incorrect. The presence of the endorsement could change the coverage outcome. Option B is inadequate as it fails to consider the additional coverage provided by the endorsement. Option D is irrelevant, so the adjuster should focus on the policy coverage rather than placing blame on the insured. Question 16. Which of the following best describes the concept of indemnity in insurance? A. Providing benefits that exceed the loss incurred. B. Reimbursing the insured for the actual loss sustained without profit. C. The requirement to file a police report for all claims. D. A form of coverage that provides unlimited benefits. Answer. B. Explanation. Indemnity is a fundamental principle in insurance that ensures the insured is compensated only for the actual loss sustained, without allowing for any profit or gain. This principle helps maintain fairness in the insurance system, preventing overcompensation for losses. Insurers assess damages and pay out based on the actual loss, aligning with the terms of the insurance policy. Option is incorrect. Indemnity aims to restore the insured to their pre-loss financial state, not to exceed it. Option C is irrelevant to the concept of indemnity. Police reports are required only for specific claims. Option D is misleading. Indemnity does not imply unlimited benefits, rather it adheres to the loss incurred. Question 17. During the claims process, an adjuster must ensure that all communication with the insured is A. Informal, foster a friendly relationship. B. Thoroughly documented to maintain an accurate claims record. C. Limited to verbal discussions to expedite the process. D. Conducted through a third party to avoid confusion. Answer. B. Explanation. Thorough documentation of all communication during the claims process is crucial for maintaining an accurate claims record. This documentation supports the insurer's decisions, aids in resolving disputes, and ensures compliance with regulatory requirements. Proper record keeping is vital for protecting both the insurer and the insured's interests throughout the claims process. Option is incorrect as informal communication can lead to misunderstandings or incomplete records. Option C is inadequate. Relying solely on verbal discussions does not provide a reliable reference for claims handling. Option D is not necessary. Direct communication is preferable unless there is a specific need for a third party. Question 18. What is the purpose of a proof of loss form in the claims process? A. To provide the insurer with a summary of the insured's financial status. B. To establish the insured's claim amount and document the details of the loss. C. To serve as a legal waiver of the insurer's obligations. D. To notify the insured of potential premium increases. Answer. B. Explanation. The proof of loss form is a crucial document that the insured submits to the insurer detailing the specifics of the loss and the amount being claimed. This document serves to officially notify the insurer of the loss and is required to process the claim. It helps the insurer assess the validity of the claim and determine the appropriate payout based on the documented details. Option is incorrect. The proof of loss focuses on the claim, not the insured's financial status. Option C is misleading as the proof of loss does not waive the insurer's obligations. Option D is irrelevant. Proof of loss does not pertain to premium adjustments. Question 19. In Michigan, which of the following best describes the term actual cash value perceived as it pertains to property insurance? A. The total replacement cost of a property at the time of loss. B. The original purchase price of a property less depreciation. C. The fair market value of a property immediately before the loss occurred. D. The estimated cost to repair damages regardless of depreciation. Answer. C. Explanation. Actual cash value (ACV) refers to the fair market value of a property immediately before a loss occurred. This definition encompasses the replacement cost minus depreciation, reflecting what the property would be worth in the open market. Understanding ACV is critical for adjusters when determining the appropriate compensation amount for property claims. Option is incorrect. Total replacement cost refers to the amount required to replace the property with a new one of similar kind and quality without considering depreciation. Option B is misleading. While ACV does consider depreciation, it is not simply the original purchase price minus depreciation, but rather the market value just before the loss. Option D is incorrect. ACV does not take into account the estimated cost to repair damages, but focuses on the property's value at the time of loss. Question 20. An adjuster is evaluating a claim for business interruption due to a fire at the insured's commercial property. What key factors should the adjuster consider when assessing the claim? A. The insured's credit history. B. The amount of time the business was closed due to the fire. C. The insured's personal feelings about the incident. D. The potential for future earnings unrelated to the fire. Answer: B. Explanation. When assessing a business interruption claim, the key factor is the duration of time the business was closed due to the fire. The adjuster must evaluate the period of interruption to determine the lost income and associated expenses during the downtime. This assessment is critical in calculating the compensation the insured is entitled to under the business interruption coverage of their policy. Option is incorrect. The insured's credit history is not relevant to the business interruption claim. Option C is subjective and not a factor that affects the objective assessment of the claim. Option D is misleading. Future earnings are not relevant to the specific claim for business interruption due to an event that has already occurred. Question 21. An adjuster is handling a liability claim where the insured is being sued for damages caused to a neighbor's property. What is the first step the adjuster should take in this situation? A. Deny the claim based on the insured's negligence. B. Notify the insured and gather all relevant details of the incident. C. Settle the claim immediately to avoid legal complications. D. Investigate the neighbor's claims without involving the insured. Answer: B. Explanation. The first step an adjuster should take when handling a liability claim is to notify the insured and gather all relevant details about the incident. This includes understanding the circumstances leading to the claim, any agreements or disputes between the parties, and collecting any documentation related to the incident. This information is essential for assessing the claim's validity and determining the appropriate response. Option is incorrect. Denying the claim should not occur without a thorough investigation and understanding of the facts. Option C is premature. Settlement should not be considered until all relevant details are collected and analyzed. Option D is inappropriate. The insured must be involved in the process as they have a vested interest in the outcome. Question 22. If an adjuster identifies that an insured has failed to disclose a prior loss when applying for a new policy, what is the likely consequence for the insured? A. The insurer will automatically approve the claim. B. The policy may be voided due to misrepresentation. C. The insured will receive a warning but retain coverage. D. The premium will be reduced for the lack of disclosure. Answer: B. Explanation. If an insured fails to disclose a prior loss when applying for a new policy, this may be considered misrepresentation, which can result in the insurer voiding the policy. Insurers rely on accurate information during the underwriting process to assess risk, and non-disclosure of prior losses can significantly affect this assessment. Consequently, the policy may be deemed unenforceable, leading to a denial of coverage for any subsequent claims related to the undisclosed loss. Option A is incorrect. Non-disclosure typically does not lead to claim approval. Option C is misleading. While some insurers may issue warnings, failing to disclose material information often results in more severe consequences. Option D is inaccurate. Non-disclosure does not lead to premium reductions, but rather increases the risk of policy voidance. Question 23. In Michigan, what is the primary purpose of an examination under oath during the claims process? A. To gather a comprehensive understanding of the insured's financial history. B. To formally document the insured's statements regarding the claim. C. To obtain witness statements regarding the incident. D. To intimidate the insured into providing information. Answer: B. Explanation. The primary purpose of an examination under oath is to formally document the insured's statements regarding the claim. This process provides the insurer with a sworn account of the facts surrounding the claim and is often used to gather detailed information that may be necessary for evaluating the claim's legitimacy. The UO can be a crucial component of the claims investigation, particularly in cases where the insurer suspects fraud or needs further clarification. Option A is incorrect. While financial information may be relevant, the UO primarily focuses on the claim details. Option C is not the main purpose. Obtaining witness statements is typically done through interviews and not part of the EUO process. Option D mischaracterizes the EUO. It is not intended to intimidate, but to collect information in a formal setting. Question 24. An adjuster is dealing with a comprehensive auto insurance claim involving both property damage and personal injury. Which type of coverage is specifically designed to address medical expenses for injuries sustained in an auto accident? A. Collision coverage. B. Liability coverage. C. Personal injury protection (PIP) coverage. D. Uninsured motorist coverage. Answer: C. Explanation. Personal injury protection (PIP) coverage is specifically designed to cover medical expenses and related costs for injuries sustained in an auto accident, regardless of fault. PIP is a crucial component of many auto insurance policies, particularly in no-fault states like Michigan, where it provides benefits to insured drivers and passengers for medical treatment, lost wages, and other related expenses. Option is incorrect. Collision coverage only pertains to property damage to the insured vehicle. Option B is misleading, and liability coverage addresses damages caused to others and does not cover the insured's medical expenses. Option D is incorrect. Uninsured motorist coverage is designed to protect against damages caused by an uninsured driver, not specifically for medical expenses. Question 25. During a claims investigation, an adjuster discovers that the insured has not been truthful about the value of the claimed items. What is the most appropriate course of action for the adjuster? A. Immediately deny the claim based on this finding. B. Conduct further investigation to confirm the inaccuracies before taking action. C. Inform the insured of the inaccuracies and ask for clarification. D. Approve the claim for the lower value discovered. Answer. B. Explanation. When an adjuster discovers discrepancies in the claimed value of items, the most appropriate action is to conduct further investigation to confirm the inaccuracies before taking any action. This additional investigation may involve gathering more evidence or documentation to support the claim. Proper due diligence is essential in ensuring that any decisions made regarding the claim are based on accurate information and that the insurer complies with legal and ethical standards. Option is premature denial should not occur without a complete understanding of the situation. Option C may be part of the process but does not replace the need for a thorough investigation. Option D is inappropriate. Approving the claim without addressing the discrepancies is not aligned with proper claims handling. Question 26. A policyholder contacts an adjuster to file a claim for damage caused by a severe windstorm. Which of the following should the adjuster assess first? A. The total estimated repair costs for the damage. B. The policyholder's previous claims history. C. The extent of the damage to the property and the cause of the loss. D. The local weather conditions during the storm. Answer. C. Explanation. The adjuster should first assess the extent of the damage to the property and the cause of the loss. This initial assessment is crucial to determine the validity of the claim and whether the damage is covered under the insured's policy. Understanding the cause of the loss helps the adjuster identify any relevant exclusions or coverage limitations that may apply. Option is premature. While repair costs are important, they should only be evaluated after assessing the damage. Option B does not directly affect the current claim and is not relevant to the immediate investigation. Option D can provide context but should not be prioritized over assessing the actual damage and cause of loss. Question 27. Which of the following best describes the role of an adjuster during the claims process? A. To act as a legal representative for the insurer. B. To evaluate, investigate, and negotiate insurance claims on behalf of the insurer. C. To provide financial advice to the insured on coverage options. D. To act solely in the interest of the insured to secure maximum compensation. Answer. B. Explanation. The primary role of an adjuster is to evaluate, investigate, and negotiate insurance claims on behalf of the insurer. Adjusters gather information, assess damages, and ensure that claims are handled in accordance with policy terms and conditions. Their responsibility is to the insurer, ensuring that claims are processed fairly and efficiently while also considering the rights of the insured. Option is misleading, and while adjusters may have some legal knowledge, they are not legal representatives. Option C is incorrect. Providing financial advice is not a typical role of an adjuster. Option D is inaccurate. While adjusters must act ethically, their duty is to the insurer, not solely to secure maximum compensation for the insured. Question 28. An adjuster is reviewing a homeowner's insurance policy that includes a standard exclusion for flood damage. If the homeowner files a claim for damage caused by a flood, what should the adjuster do? A. Approve the claim, citing the damage occurred due to heavy rain. B. Deny the claim based on the exclusion for flood damage. C. Investigate whether the flood damage could be covered under a separate endorsement. D. Request additional information from the homeowner regarding the circumstances of the flood. Answer. B. Explanation. If the homeowner's insurance policy contains a standard exclusion for flood damage, The adjuster should deny the claim based on this exclusion. Insurance policies often contain specific exclusions that outline situations or types of damage that are not covered. It is essential for adjusters to be aware of these exclusions to properly handle claims and inform policyholders of their coverage limits. Option is incorrect. A heavy rain does not negate the flood exclusion. Option C could be considered if the homeowner had a flood endorsement, but if the policy specifically excludes flood damage, the adjuster must deny the claim. Option D may be unnecessary if the adjuster has already confirmed that the damage falls under a specific exclusion. Question 29. An adjuster is assessing a claim for personal property loss in a fire. The insured lists several items that were damaged, including a rare collection of coins. What is the most important factor for the adjuster to consider when valuing these coins? A. The original purchase price of the coins. B. The sentimental value the insured places on the collection. C. The current market value of the coins at the time of loss. D. The insurance policy's stated value for collectibles. Answer. C. Explanation. The most important factor for the adjuster to consider when valuing the rare collection of coins is the current market value at the time of loss. This valuation reflects what the coins would sell for in an open market and is critical for determining the amount the insured is entitled to receive under their policy. Option is misleading. The original purchase price may not represent the coin's current value due to market fluctuations. Option B is subjective and does not have a bearing on the insurance valuation process. Option D could be relevant if the policy includes a stated value clause for collectibles, but current market value is typically the standard for valuation. Question 30. During the claims handling process, an adjuster discovers evidence suggesting that the insured may have committed fraud related to the claim. What should the adjuster do next? A. Immediately report the findings to law enforcement. B. Conduct a thorough internal investigation to gather more evidence. C. Deny the claim based on the suspicion of fraud. D. Contact the insured and confront them about the suspected fraud. Answer. B. Explanation. If an adjuster discovers evidence suggesting potential fraud, the next step should be to conduct a thorough internal investigation to gather more evidence. This internal investigation is critical to ensure that any findings are substantiated before taking further action, including denying the claim or reporting to authorities. Proper documentation and a clear understanding of the situation are essential in dealing with potential fraud. Option A is premature reporting to law enforcement should come after a comprehensive internal investigation has been conducted. Option C is inappropriate. A claim should not be denied solely based on suspicion without thorough evidence. Option D is not advisable. Directly confronting the insured could jeopardize the investigation and may not be in line with best practices.